Welcome to Rose Call. My name is Thee. I hope you are able to relax, to journal, to receive your own messages, open your imagination, try something new. Overall, I hope it's beneficial. The decks we are using are for the energy of Mary Magdalene, the Rose, and Mother Mary. If you're drawn to those energies, you're in the right place. If you're curious about those energies, you are in the right place. I dropped one, so hold on, let me shuffle a little bit more. The fourth power, I am beloved. Lighting up your energy, being passionate about you, where you're headed, who you are. Rising above chaos. Mother Rose. Returning to each other, compassion, humanity. Our Lady of Promise. Stepping into the energy of receiving your divine birthright. What's always been promised to you. Everything for your highest good. The fourth power, access. I am beloved. The mystic William Blake believed that roads of access lead to palaces of wisdom. Why? Because when we allow ourselves to get thrown out of balance with an excessive amount of anything, too much work, food, sex, or alcohol, we have the opportunity to encounter that aspect within us that calls us to come back from the extremes so that we can rest again in the stability of what lets us thrive. The fourth power in the Gospel of Mary is described as the craving for death. And after Christianity was institutionalized in the 4th century, the fourth power was referred to as gluttony. The access is seen as a death wish, however, it's often deeply unconscious. It's a compulsion, something we feel compelled to do, and that we do not know how to stop or change. Within Mary's gospel, the power of access is not a sin, quote unquote. It's not a demon, quote unquote. It's simply a power of the ego, like the other 6 powers, that can derail us from what the soul has come here to do. Often we treat ourselves in ways we would never dream of treating someone else. Often our fear of not having a purpose, of not making some sort of contribution with our brief lives, leaves us to sabotage any chance of doing so. When we remember that we are as beloved as the friend we want every good thing to come to, we are as beloved as the partner we adore, we are as beloved as the child that brings us joy, just by breathing. We are as beloved as those we love so fiercely around us. It becomes less and less possible to be excessive with this body because we remember what the body is, the soul's chance to be here. When we remember that we are beloved, we want to spend that little time we have here simply sharing the love we have. We no longer need to dance around the fires of love at our core. We become it. We can tolerate that much light, that much love, because we know it's not separate from us. A soul voice meditation. What does it feel like to repeat inside the heart, I am beloved? So if you've been trying to stop smoking any type of substance and you just keep finding yourself going back to it, if you keep saying you want to change your diet but you're not changing your diet, drinking too much, if you always overworking yourself, always working overtime, why? Eating when you're not hungry. Getting home from work and going to the bar cart. Why? Why is that type of ritual a part of your life? And this is not for anybody who is doing anything in moderation. This is if you know you just be going overboard. Why you gotta constantly roll up? Why you gotta constantly take a shot? Why you gotta constantly use your toy or call somebody over? Why you constantly gotta watch, flicks that we're not supposed to watch, that we shouldn't be watching? Anything that you're doing too much of. Do you have dominion over your body, over your mind, or no? Ask yourself that. The next time you find yourself doing something that you've been trying to stop, ask yourself, do I have dominion over my body? Over my mind? Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion, humanity. A sacred symbol of the feminine, the rose has been here much longer than us. In ancient times, garlands of roses were placed around statues of mother goddesses in worship of her. We're all her children. She connects and unites us all. If we trace her roots far enough, we will find our way back to each other. We're living in a time of great division, learning and unlearning. We're together mending the thread of humanity. This is a card of returning to union by facing what's been broken, separated, and severed. To realize that we're all human. And while harm has been done, what's needed now is for us to acknowledge what's happened and endeavor to find a way to return to each other, to realize that it's possible for two people to have a different experience at the same time, that both can be true. Mother Rose longs for humanity to drop our defenses and reach out to each other with deep honesty and compassion, to face and untangle the sadness, anger, and hurt from our hearts with the help of her grace, to dig our roots deep until we find common ground. Which relationships are difficult for you now? Who has hurt you? How can you soften and express your truth without being defensive? How can you open yourself up to the possibility that two truths two truths can exist at once. A Rose transmission. Mother Rose, please show us how to find our way back to you, the earth, and each other. Please help me to acknowledge what's difficult for me, and may my heart be filled with compassion for all. Let me find some different music. Hold on, I am so sorry. Okay. Not only should we have compassion for others, but we need to have compassion with ourselves first. Be gentle with yourself, even if you are struggling with access of something, or being hard on yourself, or not believing in yourself, or doubting yourself. Just be gentle. Have compassion for yourself. And understand and allow yourself to be human. Just as much as you allow yourself and you seeking the divinity within. If you can realize that you are human, you realize that everyone else is also, especially our parents. Nobody is perfect. None of us are perfect. All of us are suffering and hurting or had a traumatic experience in one way, shape, or form. Whoever has hurt you, sometimes, you know that phrase, hurt people hurt people? It's so true. Especially those people who have not even thought about getting on the path of knowing thyself, mastering thyself, of healing, reprogramming, unlearning to relearn. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, because sometimes people just don't know. Sometimes people are just not aware. And that's where we can step in and we can guide them and show them in a gentle way. Like, yo, this is, you doing this made me feel this type of way because such, because whatever, and such and such and such and such. We all need to be able to vocalize what we're feeling. And don't feel like we need to suppress anything about ourselves, especially the way we feel or what we're thinking, what we desire. Our Lady of Promise. I promise you new life. Whatever you release shall become sacred fertilizer for your new life. I promise that as you trust in me, I will guide you to the fulfillment of your heart's destiny. Do not shy away from what I ask of you. As you trust in me, I will lead you through fear and doubt, from fatigue and struggle into boundless energy of compassion and passionate purpose. I promise you new life. Let me ignite the passionate fire of your sacred heart so that you can burn with love and bringing light into the world. And isn't it amazing that fire is here and you're on top of it? Smiling with joy. Literally. Why is it not? Okay. I promise you new life. Let me ignite the passionate fire of your sacred heart so that you can burn with love and bring light into the world. Isn't that what this card looks like? Because you are beloved. You are being guided. You do have a mission. You do have a purpose. The path of the devotee to the Divine Mother Mary is not an easy one. We are asked step by step to surrender that which lies between us and the fulfillment of our heart. We might struggle to let go of what no longer serves us, even if in our hearts we know it's time to let go. We just talked about that with the Mother Rose, letting go of what no longer is serving us, the hurt, the fear, the pain, the stagnation, the excess, the addictions. Mother Mary knows us and knows how to help us. She invites us to receive her wisdom. She knows another way, knows that the fulfillment of the heart brings us into untold abundance, into rapture and divine connection, but also into great sadness and even righteous anger at times. She knows that these feelings, even if they appear on the surface to be negative or dark, can be essential fuel to keep us going when we need the extra energy. Hashtag transmute that. The anger, the pain, the sadness, the stagnation, the frustration. As you let it go, transmute it into that higher octave energy, into a higher power, into power. Mother Mary ensures us a life of honesty, nakedness, authenticity, and the energy and power of passion which living in this way offers to us. She leads us into a life of making a positive contribution to the world in our own unique way. At times when your life is pushing you beyond your limits, when you feel that you are breaking, your trust in her becomes stronger. But not even just in Mother Mary, in the divine, in yourself, your higher self, your I am. The promise to you is what makes the suffering of growth bearable while you let go of which no longer supports you, though you may love it dearly still. As you await the peaceful resolution of the heart and become ready, willing, and capable of stepping into the freedom of the new life cycle that awaits you, her light is here, her promise. This oracle reminds you that no matter what is happening in your life right now, her promise of new life is what's happening, and everything else is just a symptom of that. Have faith, trust, and belief. And a new cycle is literally coming up. On tomorrow, on the 20th, is a new year. Happy New Year. Literally a new 80 cycle life starts tomorrow. If you're into like astrology and astronomy. The ancient times, with the new year literally beginning with the spring. Healing process and affirmation. Close your eyes and place your hands together in your lap with palms facing upwards. Say this prayer. Holy Mother Mary, who loves me unconditionally, bless me with your promise of new life. I surrender into the process of transformation and change. I offer all of my suffering, all of the emotion and anxiety on the altar of that new life. May all of this be fuel for the process of rebirth. I trust you completely as you guide me lovingly to new life. May my inner eye always see you so that no matter what appears to be, I know that I need fear not, that new life is awakening within me now. Gently focus on the palm of your hands. Start to feel the weight of a spiritual gift resting in the palms of your hands. It is a pure white egg. Imagine you can sense the smoothness of the shell and then a sense of warmth. Inside the egg, a golden light begins to glow, and eventually the egg cracks open at the top, radiating golden light outwards. Imagine that you can gaze gently into that golden light. You may see light or a beautiful creature or an ungainly creature. You may feel a certain feeling. You may see images of your future, symbols, colors. These are all signs of the new life awakening for you. Just be whatever takes place for you. Imagine that Mother Mary is standing before you, and you are both sending love from your hearts straight into that egg and its contents. When you are ready, gently imagine that egg moving into your heart, filled with golden light. Place your hands in prayer and finish your healing process with the following affirmation. I am being born anew. New life is awakening within me. I am letting go of the past, and the past is letting go of me. I am free to love and be loved, to be all that I can be. Holy Mother Mary promises me new life and is guiding me to fulfillment of my heart's destiny. Peace.